Hey yo. 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 All right, for a minute there I thought you lost it. Whoa. Hey yo.
CG.
As a channel member, we want to have stuff for you guys. What we plan to do, of course, have those emojis, a bonk emoji.
Yeah.
We want to do comic strips for you guys to kind of keep our characters and comics out there, keep the creative blood flowing, and just little strips, maybe monthly.
Develop notifications, sub if you haven't. We're trying to make the best content we can out here and do something more like a podcast.
Let's get out of here. I've had enough of this.
Ooh, what a rush!
Threats are part of wrestling, you know? But you gotta look at the person that's making the threats. This fat son of a bitch is challenged all of us, has been world champions before, been in this business 15, 20 years, and this fat son of a bitch is gonna challenge us all out.
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat! I'm gonna...
Down about this.
I don't care if he don't... I'll make him bleed.
Let's go!
Fill it in a few different times just to kind of get a real deep color. And then kind of go in here at the bottom.
Who are those guys?
Your brothers? No.
Yes!
Get him to get on my nerves. Who are those guys?
I couldn't do that. Could you do that? How can they do that? Who are those guys?
The fucking Diaz brothers!
Connor, I know the media has a ton of questions for you, so I just want to ask you, what do you think of this turnout?
Yeah, fuck the Diaz brothers, yeah? Fuck those cockroaches!
Are we live?
It's the Diaz Brothers Show, live from Studio Z out in Brookfield, Illinois at the Galloping Ghost Production Center. It's Friday. You know where your comics are? Phil and Brandon do. Here they are. Well, here's one half of the two best-looking brothers in all of comics. Give them a round of applause. Phil and Brandon Diaz. What is up? We made it. We're here. It is Friday the 13th. Yeah. How do we sound? Hopefully everything sounds good. Bobby says live from New York. It's ass cheeks. I appreciate that, Bobby. Good to see you in the chat. Hello, everybody out there. It is Friday's the Diaz Brothers Show. We are back.
the start of CGIF tonight. And share this out. Tell your friends about it. Hit that like button so we can get some people in here. We're going to be talking about a lot of things today. We got big announcements, a lot of con talk going on around here. It is New York Comic Con this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about that. There's some cool announcements that came out of that as well. So get all your buddies in here and chime in. Maybe we'll do a poll. You'll never know. Never know if we do a poll.
Popular. They love polls.
We love polls, but let us know. Can you hear us?
Am I coming in clear? Hey, Mom, I said, am I coming in clear?
Let us know. Let's see. Hey, hi, y'all. Cabrons. What's up, Oliver in the chat? Good to see you guys. Let's say hello to the chat, Brandon here. We got Bobby, of course. New York Comic Con. Mr. Michael Bancroft is here. Snuggie Jr. Good to see you. Great.
Good.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, all right.
Scrolling up here, Moromi.
I've been told that I have to speak directly into the microphone.
Yeah, how's the volume there?
So when I look at you, I have to do this. And then when I go like this, I have
yeah,
to do
just
this.
rotating. You just need to rotate.
I have to rotate around a different axis.
Let's see. Daly says, why is everyone streaming? They need to respect. I didn't know this. No one told me that. Cicerone says Brandon is very low. Global Frequency usually streams. Shane streaming, how disrespectful. Let's see.
Respecting the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, not the things we agreed to. Dr. Disrespect is streaming right now. He's been streaming for about 6 hours, I think, though. And Narwhal. But he gets a pass. Narwhal, we call him.
Now, apparently mine is low, even though I could see on the meters over there that I'm very loud.
Yeah, I think the levels are about equal, and your gain is also turned up. I'm gonna, whatever the yellow knob is for you, I'm gonna turn the yellow knob and see if that works. Does that work?
Hopefully.
Whoa. Bancroft says Narwhal and I have betrayed you. What is this about, Michael? Damn it.
Yeah.
How fast does the hair grow, Phil? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a haircut soon.
He's an alpaca.
And then here's the thing: Mother is gonna get leg surgery.
Right.
She's not gonna be able to cut our hair, so I'm gonna have to venture.
Is she aware that she doesn't need legs to cut people's hair?
So you're insisting she sits down and cut your hair?
This is as bad as when Krusty the Clown didn't want to do his opening monologue because his feet hurt.
So you're saying you're gonna make her cut your hair after this leg surgery?
Do anything. I'm just saying
you're gonna shame her for not.
Right.
All right.
I mean, like, look.
And now we know why I'm the favorite son.
People's hair. We'll create some sort of ceiling-mounted gantry that you can sling around on.
Pull yourself.
Yeah.
Abra's in the chat. What's up, Abra? Good to see you. Abra's 2 cents. Met you down in Tampa. It's great seeing you in the chat. Always great having you around. Jay Ryan is here. Bancroft says, I have to start early tonight. Oh, my God. Does that mean we should end early? What time are you starting, Michael? Because there might be come to a point where we run out of things to talk about.
Ooh. I don't know. There's a lot to talk about today.
There's a lot to talk about. We're going to start at the beginning, and when we come to the end, we're going to stop.
Right.
So I hope you guys are ready.
Classic.
Yeah, classic storytelling here.
Classic
Take you down a tale of this time. Mike is starting an hour early. Didn't you know he had a channel? Oh, wait, I assume you mean Michael Bancroft. I thought you meant Mike Miller. Is Brandon's mic even plugged in?
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
Oh, okay. All right, hopefully we're on full blast now. Thank you guys for being here.
What we need is another camera showing the meters over there.
Yeah, a floating camera.
Yeah. Look at that. I've never seen the meters go that high.
For a while, they just weren't working, too. We got a phantom mixer over here. So, all right. We got a lot to talk about. It is Friday the 13th, so Brandon sent me this. We got some stuff to run through, then we're going to get to main topic.
I forgot the other thing.
What is
Friday the 13th thing? What is this?
This is this thing.
I sent you this?
Didn't you? Nightmare Before Christmas released
Oh,
30
yes,
years
you
ago
did say
today. October 13th,
2 days ago.
1993. Dude, that's like a month after I was born.
Yeah, pretty close.
A month
Great
and
film.
10 days after I was born. Yeah, classic. Everybody should watch that this Halloween. Look,
I'm gonna go get this other thing real quick.
Boogie. Brandon will be right back. All right, let's see what else we have to
So
talk about.
much to show.
There is so much to show. Friday the 13th. People think it's spooky and bad luck, but in my family, we've always said it's good luck. The number 13 for some reason. Has anybody else heard that? We got Jules in the chat. Good to see you, Jules. Shout out to Bobby. Lots of familiar faces. Glad to have you guys on the Zay Comics channel. Citizen Ronan. Oh, man. Great to see you, Citizen Ronan. It's doing some kick-ass artwork out there. Phil's getting a sense of his own mortality. How so? Watching the Addams Family movies, if I watch anything. All right, I accept that. But I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas. Come on, classic. A masterpiece, I would say. There's I went to a Spirit Halloween's and they actually have a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas merch. And then that one Trick or Treat movie, which was on TV yesterday. My dad was watching it, like he always does. I haven't watched it. He highly recommends it. Let's look at some other art. We're going to do a little art share. Then we're going to get into con topics, the pros and cons, which would have been a much better title of the stream. I'm going to save that. No one steal this title for a stream, okay? It's called Pros and Cons, all right? And it would be talking about conventions. Also a great name for a convention. But no one steal that stream title. Because in a couple months, when we talk about cons again, I'm going to name it Pros and Cons. All right. I'm just running people down here. All right. Brandon's back with his Friday the 13th. Oh, we also have a reveal, too, which we can get to before the main topics.
Sure.
All right. So this is your Friday the 13th merch. Would you want to talk about that?
This?
Yeah.
It's not merch. It's just a thing.
It's a thing you have.
Right.
All right. Why don't you
here.
explain to the class what's going on?
So Friday the 13th is, day of the week, 13th day of the month.
Right.
Coincide together. As such, there's a movie called Friday the 13th.
Franchise.
Yeah, it's a franchise. There was a first movie in this franchise.
Yeah. Maybe you heard of it. It's called Friday the 13th.
Yes. And famous character from this movie, Jason Voorhees.
Right.
Right.
I guess he's in the film.
He's in the movie. Yeah. And he came here to the arcade to sign autographs and then play with his band called First Jason. And while he was here, Snarky says that the
mom was a killer.
Right. And then while he was here, he signed a number of machetes for us. So I have this Ari Lehman signed First Jason machete. And you'll have to show this on the close camera.
We'll switch it to the close camera here. And what's his name here?
Ari Lehman.
Ari Lehman.
Yeah, it's not R.E. Lehman. It's A.R.I. Lehman.
Yeah, I know him. I just wanted you to clarify for the audience that may not know him. Ari Lehman. He was the first Jason, and he has a band called First Jason. Subsequently, never wore the hockey mask or wielded a machete.
Right.
But he did sign some machetes for people that came out. And how many times has he played here?
2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times. Yeah, he comes out. He's around. Just the horror circuit.
Yeah, he played Jason when he pops out of the lake at the end of the movie, and he looks like a flesh tone yellow bastard.
Yeah, right, from Sin City.
And then the movie ends.
Right, so he did kill potentially.
Yeah, it's off camera, I think.
So potentially he killed.
So on that machete here, it says "Kill for Mother," and then some of them he also signed "Jason Lives." But I have this Friday the 13th machete signed by Ariel.
So there's the I guess connection to the Friday the 13th day, which is today. So there you go. Yeah, now we have another reveal. Unless you want to do that later.
No, we can do it now. It'll help.
It'll help. Oh, it'll help you. Yeah. So
by popular demand, this has been requested here on the Diaz Brothers show for a long time, especially on the Hardline. We've been going almost 200 episodes in the Hardline now. We're getting pretty close.
That's right.
And people have been bringing this up a lot. They've been wanting to see it. There's been people complaining about it.
It's almost as popular as the Shell Bean now.
Yeah, the Shell Bean, the fan. People wanted the fan back. But this is a new addition to the show. You guys wanted it, and we're going to do it right now.
Oh, yeah, let me do a drum roll, please. I think this is the drum roll button. There it is.
I now have glasses
to
read the chat.
Now we could push the monitor, the second monitor we have that Brandon reads, a little farther back so he could read the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And this is all because of your guys' super chats. Not really.
Not really, no.
But
you guys wanted it. And here it is.
There he is.
So now I'm a guy with glasses.
People are sweet cheems. They're saying. People are calling you a nerd already. Michael Bancroft says, "Wait, where'd Brandon go?"
That's what I was concerned about. You know, you put glasses on, you put on a fedora, people don't recognize you anymore.
Yeah.
Suddenly you become a different character.
I didn't expect this bullying coming from the chat. Or dork is being thrown around.
This is what I was concerned about. But I've seen a lot of cool guys, high-level operators, people from the movie Falling Down going around wearing glasses. And so I was like, you know, it's probably better that I could see rather than, you know, continue my work as a male model. So this is what we have now, guys.
Yeah, intellectuals from the 18th century as well.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys. Zombie boys in the chat. Jewel says sophisticated.
Thank you.
Sophisticated. Did those glasses? It's great. Those glasses came with a fake nose.
Yeah.
Is this true? Now you love Big Bang Theory?
The theory or the show?
Oh,
because I can accept the theory. I loathe the show.
There you go. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. I wear glasses and I still look great. It's all good, Brandon.
Yeah.
There you go. So I think you get a little split. Audience is kind of split on this one. So that's the big news. All right, let's run through some cool art that we have here. We have
oh god, Sheldon and Brandon.
No,
it begins.
Yeah, don't start that.
I'm gonna have to get
fighting words.
Different glasses.
All right, cool art that I've been seeing around. This was out of nowhere from a Mr. Raz Main. Let me pull this up here.
Sure, it's not Raish Main.
Well, you tell me. It's right there. Now you could read it. What's it say? Rosman. BKA Rosman drew this. He drew a cool little pinup sketch card, I would say. I would call it.
Probably a sketch card.
Of muscly Jazz in front of a motorcycle. Oh, I didn't even notice this. She's got the hourglass on her top there. That's badass.
It's really a lifestyle brand.
Yeah, the hourglass is the Zaid Comics lifestyle brand. You can get patches from our website if you want to. And the patches have Velcro on the back.
And sometimes they don't. You can request.
Can you request?
All
All right, you can request. So I know people like Michael Bancroft like making hats, and then he'll take patches with Velcro on the back and then put them on hats.
And then remove the Velcro and put it on hats? Or does he have a hat that has Velcro on it, and then he could just put the patch
I
on
can't
the
remember. I also might be making this up, but I know he wears hats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so
he's been known to wear hats.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't understand why people wear hats. What I enjoyed about this is she's got one big hoop. You know what they say about the hoops? The bigger the hoop. You know?
Yeah, I've heard things about hoops.
Yeah, the bigger the hoe is what they say.
Michael Bancroft uses blue tack to stick them onto his hat.
Sergeant Diaz says, look at the nipples, Bancroft. Yeah, what do you I've been feeling some ire on these nipples, you know. People come to me and they're like, why are there nipples? And just like Bancroft, he doesn't accept the nipples on women in comic books. It's a sad lifestyle.
Yeah, he lives in a fake country.
So shout outs to Rossman. Also, I woke up to this today. If you guys are fans of Andy Smith, he's totally done with his Core Draft book, which is kick-ass. And so he's been going around doing sketches of his buddies' characters. And he did a little time lapse here. If you can't play the music because it's Chumbawamba, but I appreciate the Chumbawamba music. Let me pull it up here. Look at this. Doing a speed. What would you call this, Brandon? Speed drawing?
Yeah, speed drawing for sure. Yeah, I wanted you to monologue the opening intro. You were supposed to have the lyrics of not the song, but of the intro to the song.
To I Get Knocked Down? Yeah, how's it go?
Tub Thumping is the name of the song.
Do you think that's on the lyrics? Tub Thumping lyrics. No, it's got to be in the lyrics. Well, here we go. No, it's not on the lyrics. Tub Thumping intro. Intro. It's not even in here.
Yeah, it just says, we'll be singing, we'll be pissing.
What do they say? Do you not remember? Here we go. The truth is, I thought it mattered. I thought that music mattered. But does it? Bollocks. Not compared to how people matter. I guess that's how I really remembered it not that like that, you know? It's really different. Let's play it, actually. Why can't I hear it? Can you guys hear it? It's much more ominous with the music, huh?
Yeah. And then he stretches out the terrible.
Truth is, I thought it mattered. I thought that music mattered. But does it, bollocks?
Yeah.
Not compared to how people matter.
And he also said bollocks as if he was across the previous word. And it was one word.
He just slid right into the bollocks, huh?
I didn't even know he said bollocks.
Me neither. That's why I was confused. But here we go. Andy Smith drawing Crim and Jazz, inked it up. Awesome. I love the shredded clothes. Well, no, he's like, yeah, that. But like he ripped up the top and the pants and stuff during the inking phase. Super cool. Hypervascular, as Crim should be. Look at that.
Yeah, that was the guy. You didn't know this. He's the succulent Chinese meal guy.
Is it?
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Our boss would be really happy to know that. Chumbawamba. There you go. All right. I also thought this was cool. New art from Matt Martin. His character Vortex.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was a old school character that he created when he was a kid, and he worked at maybe published through Hall of Heroes. And he's like Spawn, but I think he's Catholic or Christian.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that was his thing. But he looks cool. So of course Matt Martin did that Snowman book as well, and that seemingly is going to the printer soon. I believe I heard something about that recently. But he posted this, and people are like, "When's more Vortex?" Because he looks crazy cool.
Yeah, decent. I mean, the character design's cool, and
Yeah.
it's cool that he's not red and black.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
like everybody.
Right.
Yeah, you don't see this a lot. In fact, if you do see like a purple and green, they're usually villains. You know, like Doctor Doom. Right. I know Eddie Winkler's got a villain, and his guy is purple and green. Really cool guy, cool character. Yeah, it's a classic contrast of colors that work well together, and you don't see that a lot.
Snarticom is saying, I bet he could beat up Lord Lightning.
Yeah, Lord Lightning's just a child.
Green
okay.
Goblin?
Green Goblin. There you go. Green Goblin Prowler. Yeah, it's a classic villain combination of colors.
Swerve. You're thinking that you're getting into this hero story. He's going to be the villain.
Maybe. I don't know.
Clues are I haven't read there, everybody.
I mean, he does look villainous now. The big, horns.
Villain.
Mm-hmm. Mysterio, people are saying.
Mysterio, yeah.
He's Spawn, but green. Yeah, I've never read any of it. That's very cool.
Yeah, Hulk is a big villain.
Ray
Fix-It is the only hero.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Booyaka, yeah. I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head.
619.
Hulk is not an exception. He is clearly a villain.
Yeah, he's
Frankenstein in a purple suit.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Now, what's this thing? You're saying that mummies' skins are green.
Bring up the picture.
What was the picture?
All right, so my drawing.
Oh, you're drawing.
I drew for Halloween. I have some Halloween characters that I've created, and it's just like a witch and a
created
black cat
them.
Girl. Yeah, they're
characters
that I have done the designs on, and then I do a series of them. So every year I try to draw one of them at least. And so I'm drawing this drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Big boobs, wrapping.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bancroft's really gonna love these nipples.
And I'm like, drawing it for Halloween. And then so I'm like, I've jokingly said to Phil, I've run out of things to draw. And then he goes, why don't you draw a mummy? As he's looking at this picture.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, this is a mummy. This here is a mummy, Phil.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm drawing a mummy now. And you're like, no, she has green skin.
All right. Mummies don't have green skin.
And I said, yes, mummies have green skin. And then you go, no, they don't. And then you wandered off in your mind. And then that's the end of that. And then later on, we touched that point again. And I said, what color skin do mummies have? And you said mummies don't have skin?
I mean, that's an acceptable answer too.
Sure.
And then it's brown, right? And sandy and coarse, and it gets all over, and I hate it. All right.
Okay. You hate it. I get it. It's not good.
Gets in your crevices.
Mummies can have green skin. Look, I know that you're a big Zahi Hawass fan.
Uh-huh. Look at this guy. Is this guy have green skin?
There's so much lighting.
He's the mummy.
To tell.
Big mummy milkers.
Yeah.
That is great. That's great. So you should have named that Mummy Milkers.
Snarticom wants us to see if we can get permission to do a Mummies Alive comic.
Yes, that's what I want.
Live comic.
I don't think there is. I want that license. I would love the Mummies Alive comic license. I probably won't pursue it or get it. I'll just create my own mummy character, which I already am. And maybe he'll have green skin. And maybe he'll be the first mummy to have green skin. And then your idea will be projected into reality through me.
Okay. So if you are a fan of real archaeology and an understander, you don't have glasses. This is the problem. You're not an intellectual like me.
Yeah, I don't have glasses.
You could look up the Egyptian Osiris.
We'll do it right now.
Look it up right now. Look at these drawings of Osiris. Everybody knows this. Hear about
Look
the
at this
mummies are dark
Osiris
brown.
mummy. It's
Right
the
here,
second.
look at
It's the
this.
first one.
Yes. Zahiwas has been hiding it from us. No, these aren't real things of Osiris, the mummy.
Oh, here he is.
Because they were supposed to have gone
What's
down.
this?
You guys know, what's his name? Geraldo Rivera. It wasn't Geraldo's fault. Geraldo Rivera went with Zahiwas down into the tomb of Osiris to uncover Osiris's mummy down there in the tomb, and there was nothing. Right? They pulled an Al Capone on us.
Yeah, there was nothing in the walls.
But Osiris is always portrayed with green skin.
As we can see here.
Right. And that's not the only time. Are we looking at this right now?
Yeah, they're seeing it.
So you can see it right here. He's always portrayed with green skin.
This looks like someone we knew drew this recently.
Yeah. That's not old stuff. Yeah,
So,
look at this. Okay. So now
he does have green skin, huh?
There was at some point a mummy with green skin.
Why do you say that?
Because Osiris has green skin. And when Zahiwas went down into the tomb and recovered the body of Osiris, it had green skin, but then they removed the body, and then they brought the cameras down in there with Geraldo Rivera.
And there was nothing.
They gave us the old Al Capone.
So you're saying if Osiris exists, he has green skin?
I'm not saying if he exists.
What do you think about this? Nail Money says mummies are dark brown.
Some mummies can be dark brown. Okay.
So you're saying the alien mummies are green?
I'm saying that there are some mummies with green skin, and they have the largest breasts possible. And those are the ones that I'm drawing.
All right. Now I want to believe. Let's look at Mummies Alive, our next big comic book. Look, what's her name? I don't remember her name. She's got gray skin.
Yeah, she is gray skin.
I think the bad guy in this
that guy
does
has
have green skin
right there.
This guy does not have green skin. He just has
green
things. He's like wears things. Yeah, it's a super suit. It's a super suit. I think the bad guy has green skin though. I don't see him. He was Scarab? Mummies Alive characters.
Your roster.
Yeah, I can't remember any of Wrath.
You can see the bad guy.
No, he's this guy.
All right, I'm gonna read the chat while you look at.
Yeah, read the chat.
Reptilian, obviously, clearly aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome one says he's a snake like Set.
No, he has white skin.
Sonicom says after Al Capone's vault, who would trust Geraldo? Yeah,
it's
exactly. That's what I'm saying. They pulled the old Al Capone on us.
Ghost House, who I guess knows his spooky stuff, because his first name is Ghost. This is I'm with Brandon. Sorry, Phil. Green, gray, blue, and washed out purple are all acceptable.
Right.
Jesus. Oh, we got a super chat from Bobby. It says, F that. Get the small soldier's license, dude.
I want those guys. We've showed it before, that trailer, that fan-made trailer.
Yeah, we showed it
Small
months ago.
Soldiers, sequel.
Sequel, yeah.
Fan sequel. I want them to have the license and just do that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Super cool. Another great IP there.
But we have so many IPs of our own things that we don't need to latch on to anybody else's stuff.
Yeah, well, anybody
we
else's
just
time.
need more time in the day.
What's up, Eddie? Good to see you, Eddie Winkler, in the chat. Nefertina. Is that the chick? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, here's your bonk. Green is blue.
When he's jacked, he's blue. Talking about Mumra.
Yeah, check this out. He's like grayish blue.
Very, very blue.
Grayish gray. This guy's got like a gray face, but he's
Let me go back and watch all the Thundercats.
He looks green here.
Now that I have sight beyond sight,
Yeah, you could use your sight beyond sight.
To the credit, that was a joke in the chat earlier.
Oh, nice. Yeah, what's up with Thundercats? Thundercats are cool. They're on the move, right?
Yeah. Slide was green.
Slide. Yeah, he was not a mummy, though. Who's cooler, Skeletor or Mumra? Should that be a poll?
Skeletor and Mumra?
Yeah, we're going to do a poll here.
Mumra's kind of...
Who cooler? Is it Pansy? Mumra or Skeletor? I think Mumra.
Yeah, Mumra is much cooler.
He transforms.
Skeletor hands down.
Skeletor? She just likes his squeaky voice. Cecil's voice.
Mumra.
It probably reminds her of Cecil, the Skeletor voice.
Maybe. Isn't it the same guy who does like Starscream's voice also?
It does remind me of that. Yeah, well, Mumra's got two versions, right?
Mumra?
Yeah,
he's like
that's
the
cool.
Old decrepit guy, and then he turns into that big...
That power up. Yeah, anyone that powers up is cool. Who says power up?
I feel like it might be...
But he says more like his
Sketch Turner.
Power up.
Is it Sketch Turner?
No, it's the guy from Altered Beast.
Let's see. Here we go. Wasn't weak against his own reflection.
Skeletor do a promo though.
He's calling it an L take for us.
Yeah,
it's a rare L.
It's rare.
He's saying Skeletor.
We'll see. All right, yeah, maybe we'll do
we'll check in the poll.
Yeah, you guys vote, and we'll check in on the poll. Okay, before we get to main topic here, we do have.
Oh, this is a good take here. Aesthetically speaking, Mumra, better design.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skeletor looked pretty goofy. Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of He-Man characters are pretty goofy. Like Fisto.
Yeah, and their names?
That's pretty
horrible.
Cool.
There's a guy with multiple faces. Ghost House says his dog, Mamut, rules. I don't even remember Mamut. That's great. It's like
was that
Mammoth.
the name of his dog?
I guess. I didn't know Mumra had a dog.
I just remember the dog one. Yeah,
Oh, so you do remember the dog?
I remember
Mamut.
Ghost House's dog.
No, yeah, he's not talking about his own dog.
Oh, I see.
Ghost House's dog is great though.
This looks like Ghost House's dog.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It's a bulldog. Apparently, my mic is still low. It's impossible. I'm peaking the meter over there.
Yeah, this is peak sound.
Phil's.
Hello.
Face
hello.
the screen and then say something.
Hello.
You're not even on the meter.
Yeah, I don't understand the mic here.
Unless,
the mic situation.
No, it couldn't be because there's only one line coming out. Check to see if my right and left channels are skewed all the way in one direction.
Are we even using? Maybe we're not even using the right mic.
Oh,
could you imagine that?
Dude, that would be awful.
Yeah, I don't think we're even. All right, you guys let us know how much a difference this makes. Yeah, we're not even using the. All right, ready? Hello.
Hopefully that takes care of that.
Fix it, everybody.
Yeah, hopefully that works.
How's that sound?
Vieweitis says it sounds like you're on Phil's mic. So yeah, that makes more sense. We must have been using the built-in computer mic or something.
Yeah, so
there we go.
There you go. Snartucon DM says thank you.
Nice.
Thank you everybody in the chat for berating us about our audio. Now split the difference. Now is it blasting now? Because I turned this up so much. And this
It's
yellow.
loud but clearer.
All right. How's that? Now, you talk, Ren.
It says Brandon better, Phil worse. Yeah, Phil's was much lower than mine last time. So looking at the meters over there. So we should get it adjusted.
Hey, testing my love for you. Okay, it's better.
Super
I just
loud.
reversed
But
the
that's what you guys
problem.
wanted. You wanted me to be super loud.
Yeah,
You've been
Brandon
asking
louder.
for it.
Brandon louder.
I'm moving this thing.
All right, this weekend is a big weekend. I barely knew about this and just found out. Tomorrow, guys, is the art auction on Red Valkyrie channel.
No, I didn't even know.
I didn't even know either until Dan Dahl posted this up. So he says, I will be auctioning this double page spread from the People 2 tomorrow. The fun starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time on Red Valkyrie. Don't miss it. And this is a to be published penciled page from Dan Dahl, Dan the Man Dahl.
Yeah, look at that.
Double page spread. Beautiful pencils.
Look at that panel there. It's not even squared.
Yeah.
Right? It's rounded. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So good perspective on that.
His layouts are awesome. Like, so if you guys read the first issue of the People, he strictly did layouts and breakdowns basically for Avery to do finishes on. Now Dan's doing full pencils. Avery is moving over to finish inks basically. And so his layouts are still in here. He knows how to control the eye. Just leads you right into the page, the whack, even like you're saying, making these panels obscured and have a curve to them so your eye follows it down to the silhouette phasing through the car, going around, and then back to this side to more action, and then leads you off the page. So this is kind of the first encounter between the People and the silhouette. If you guys are fans of the Lost Pages, you're going to need to pick this one up because it crosses the streams of these characters meeting for the first time. And this is going to be a big story arc for the People, and the silhouette might, you might learn something along the way as well, So that's what we're all about here. So if you guys dig this art and you want a chance to grab the beautiful art and double page spread, then tune in tomorrow on Red Valkyrie's channel. It'll be sweet.
Yeah.
Phil can auction off his drawings of Jake. I don't have any drawings of Jake.
Why not? He does a lot of drawings of you.
He does a lot of drawings of me. Yeah, I appreciate that. He's much better artist. Much better.
Art is subjective, Phil.
Yeah. I have no time to draw. I'm writing. I got to get back to lettering too, because I just got new pages in. Like this kick-ass page. Well, this is just a glimpse because I don't want to spoil the book, but I thought this was a sweet look at this page. A little butt shot, a little hero in peril, wastoid, and Brandon's favorite character right there.
My favorite Lost Pages character.
Yeah, Brandon's favorite Lost Pages character, Warwick, who Brandon insists on calling Cadbury.
Yeah, Cadbury.
And that's now his last name, I guess. Yeah, maybe he's adopted. But you'll learn more about him and everybody in the Lost Pages 3. Everything's coming along. We just have 2 more pages to this set, and then we're getting another set of layouts. That's how we work with Ricardo. He does like 5 layouts at a time and then pumps those out in pages. And I think this means we have like 15 pages left, which is freaking awesome. So everything's going awesomely. Colors are coming in, looking great. And now I have a little backlog to get back to lettering. So going to be sweet, moving smoothly. Going to be 82 pages now. So you guys hopefully won't have to wait too much longer on that.
Awesome one is noticing that the bad guy's green.
Yeah. Also, notice how he's not a mummy. All right. Wastoid, not a mummy.
That's fine.
All right.
Some mummies are green. Some green things are mummies.
But yeah, he kind of has those purple accents too on his nail, his claws, his talons are purple. But he's green because of his name, of course. But also, it kind of worked perfectly because he contrasts well with Krim. So when there's cool fight scenes, you get an awesome contrast. And in fact, on the thumbnail, I put a scene where they're fighting today. So there's really good popping. But again, not a mummy. He's not a mummy yet, Citizen Ronan says.
Yeah, who knows? The evolution of the character is, we have not figured it out yet.
Yeah, we'll see. Snarchcon DN says Cadbury was Richie Rich's butler.
Yep. Underrated film.
Great film, yeah.
I still watch it to this day.
Yeah, I should watch it.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, I don't think that's anything. All right, I guess we could do con talk, Brandon.
Con talk?
Yeah, lots of talk at con. New York Comic Con going on now.
Yeah.
People planning cons. Of course, we had the Tampa Bay Comic Con, which went off like a hit. Everybody had a blast. Super fun. Crazy that 60 people came out just to, come and see everybody that came out from CG to hang out.
Yeah.
Which was totally awesome. Shouts to Diaz, who came out as well, which is so fun to hang out with him and his lady.
Yeah, that was an awesome one. It's going to be hard to replicate.
Yeah, the dinner was so cool. Bancroft came out, and so the new thing too is after we got back from Tampa, we're like, okay, what's the next thing, right? And we had some sites on. There's an Alamo City Con that people were interested in going, but a lot of the creators decided on shooting for Las Vegas Comic Con, which I think is amazing. There's two of them. There's Amazing Con and Awesome Con. It's one of them. I get them mixed up. I think it's Amazing Con, which is not announced yet, but everybody kind of has their eyes set on that. I was just talking to Irene and everybody from Creative Block, so super excited about that. And then also now there's talk of doing C2E2, which we do every year, which is huge. It's like the third largest Comic Con in the country.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, we went to the first C2E2 years ago, because before that it was Wizard World Chicago was the big one.
Right.
And I know in the late 90s that was a big convention for Wizard World. And then once C2E2 showed up, really kind of overshadowed Wizard World. And then you saw kind of the decline of how Wizard World was ran. I don't know about the other states or cities, but Chicago really separated a lot of parts of the conventions and kind of made it very convoluted and didn't really pay attention.
But it made Wizard World really focus on celebrity guests instead of like the heart of what made Wizard World so good, which was like the actual comics itself. But we could see that in the evolution of Comic Cons in general anyway. But that was really that like turning point for them.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing that now with a lot of other conventions too, but we'll see how it goes, because if they're all going to head in that direction, something's still going to have to be around.
Definitely. Yeah. So C2E2 came in, they built themselves as a comic and entertainment expo, and they premiered at the McCormick Place, which is a huge convention center. They hold the auto show there every year. Our dad worked on the old or new McCormick Place, because there's two of them.
The McCormick Place expansion. Yeah. So the new giant part.
So that's
of
the
McCormick
part
Place
that C2E2 is held in.
Right.
Which is cool.
I was just in old McCormick Place last weekend, and it's tiny in comparison.
I don't even know if I've ever
Place.
been in there.
Yeah, the auto show used to be held in there before they built the new expansion.
Yeah,
but that was 25 years ago. But yeah, it's significantly smaller. It's like shockingly small, relatively.
Yeah, we should pull up a map of this McCormick Place just to show where it's at in the city, because a lot of people in the chat were questioning where it was. And if you have been to, say, like a Wizard World that's at Rosemont, because I know there's a lot of comic creators that have been making comics for a long time, going to conventions, and maybe they've only been to Rosemont, and Rosemont's not in the city,
right?
It's not near the city, really.
Right? Yeah, not really.
Yeah, not really near the city. Let me see if I can find a map here. But it's the good thing about Rosemont is it's right across the street from the international airport. O'Hare.
Eddie Winkler says he worked on it too.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, Eddie. Maps. Let me see here. Here it is. But McCormick is literally right on the lake. You know, everybody's like, and people are saying, "Are we providing body armor for when they come when they come in?"
The nice thing about McCormick Place is that if you don't want to be in the city, you don't have to go to the city. You could stay at a hotel in the suburbs and then drive there, or stay at one of the hotels that are attached to McCormick Place, because even though it's technically part of the city, it's so big and it's so off to the side that you could just completely not be part of the city at all.
Yeah.
And then just hit, like, you could see there I-55 and then just go out into the suburbs. You don't even have to deal with any kind of city traffic. It's pretty all right.
Hariba says, is C2E2 the same organization that did Chicago Comic-Con back in the day? No, I'm not sure. So you're saying Chicago Comic-Con before it was Wizard World Comic-Con?
No, I
don't
really
know,
doubt it. This is Pop Expo that's doing it, I think.
Well, for
is the
C2E2?
company that's doing C2E2.
Well, all the guys were saying that there's a big company or organizer or organization called Reed.
Oh yeah, it's Reed Pop is what it is.
So now they're Reed Pop.
Yeah, it's Reed Pop.
So they organize what I hear is San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
C2E2, maybe New York.
It would make sense.
So, and they're everyone's saying that it's Reed's third largest convention.
Yeah.
So now Wizard World was bought by Fan Expo, and now the Chicago convention that happens in the summertime is Fan Expo at Rosemont.
Right.
The first year was kind of iffy. The Artist Alley was trash, but this past year they went out and got some big names. The Artist Alley was more organized. Frank Miller was there, Jay Lee.
Dude,
Chris
the
Claremont.
first year, it was 100%. You could tell that it was like some young people being like, we're going to change the game, and then do a bunch of experimental shit that didn't work.
Yeah.
Or instead of being like, you know how when you walk down Artist Alley and it's just a bunch of rows, we're going to make it circular tables and people could walk. And it was absolute trash.
Everyone took a hit. Everyone in Artist Alley I talked to, even huge veterans, are like, this, we're not coming back next year.
Yeah.
This was bad.
But I talked to a bunch of people this year and they were saying how much it changed and how much they were selling and how much better it was and stuff. So
it did improve.
That's good.
Which would be cool. Like maybe I was telling some buddies, like, down the line, it would be cool to organize a thing at Rosemont, because it's not in the city. It's right by the airport. You can get Bancroft out there because he's right across the street from the airport. You get people there easily. The hotels won't be super expensive because it's not in the city. And
the hotels are going to be expensive because the convention's going on, but they're not going to be as expensive.
Everything's within walking distance.
Right.
And there's like kick-ass restaurants and a mall like within walking distance.
And there's a Denny's. If you guys want to go to Denny's.
Denny's is, it's a few blocks, but so that would be a super fun one to do as well.
We could also do that indoor skydiving.
Yes,
thing. And for some reason, there's a
Maybe
Harley
I'd do that.
Davidson store right there.
Yeah, we can go look at some motorcycles. But yeah, there's indoor skydiving there. There's a Zany's Comedy Club right by Rosemont as well. And a Fogo de Chao.
Dude, Fogo de Chao. Juju says, I'll see you at C2E2.
C2E2. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, most likely we're going to be there with the Galloping Ghost Arcade. They loved having us there last time. And I think them seeing what we did with the tiny space that we had, they gave us a 30 by 50, and I'm sure they're going to want more next time.
So here's I kind of like issues I see with something like Artist Alley, right? And guys like John were talking about this, or Ethan was kind of talking about this as well, is because C2E2 is such a high profile convention, and this has been like that since their conception was you have to apply for a table,
right?
And they have to screen you
right.
and do an approval process for, I assume anyone, but definitely Artist Alley, right? So I can only imagine that's going to be people that get merch tables that are merchants, like comic shop stuff and pops, and people that are publishers.
If I remember correctly, back when we were doing the original Silhouette comics and Wizard World was still around, and C2E2 did its, I think, second year, we applied for it and then didn't get it because we didn't have enough social media, and the website was like, more or less not
Bare
great.
bones.
Yeah.
Well, I think also they wanted to see proof of units sold already.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
If I remember, they're like, yeah, we'd like to see, someone that sold this amount of books in the past in our Artist Alley. Maybe that was an excuse, but that's right. And we were,
you're right. I do remember
young.
that at all. And then
20 years old.
You have artists that are in Artist Alley that don't have books, that are just selling art, or like pins or whatever stuff. So it's very odd. I remember having to do that and then not getting accepted for that.
Right. And I have Maria, who did the Crimstone story for the first Lost Pages. She would get tables at like Wizard World all the time. She'd rake in the dough and stuff. And I know early on she tried to apply for C2E2, didn't get in because of stuff like that. So super kind of like strict approval process.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of criteria you have to meet.
So, and the people that get into Artist Alley, you're either need to apply for it or they're paying for you to be there. Like a Sharon Gordon Murphy, a Greg Capullo, they're flying you out,
DJ
putting
Qualls.
you up. Yeah, when he starts doing a big DJ Qualls comic,
he was there.
He wasn't in Artist Alley.
He was at C2E2, and he got paid to be there.
I would imagine so. So that doing something like a bigger con like that, I would imagine it's going to be harder for CG creators to get into spaces like that. In fact, what happened with us is the reason we're there is because we're there with the arcade,
right?
And we were able to sell our stuff with the arcade,
right?
Which was insane because would you say still to this day, even including Tampa, that was our most product moved at a convention?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So we were at C2E2 because we had so much foot traffic through the arcade booth. We sold more than we ever did in an Artist Alley or any other convention.
Yeah.
And we talked about this after we got back from the convention last year. The theory was that there was no, kind of competition or cow herding through the area of people, just blindly walking through an Artist Alley, which was interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, that would be, something I wanted to bring up and kind of put out there for discourse, for that. But, we're going to be there. I'm always excited to go to conventions and meet people and, network and stuff like that.
I mean, we're most likely going to be there. That's what
you
have to say right
sure,
now.
With the arcade.
Yeah.
And then for Vegas too, excited about that because that gives people a chance that didn't get to go to Tampa that were, are kind of like West Coast people. It's right there
for Vegas.
Yeah. For Vegas.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
I know Bancroft's super excited about that.
That's going to be an interesting one.
Addicted to losing his money.
Yeah.
In nefarious gambling escapades.
Right.
So that's going to be awesome. And I'm sure when the time comes closer to that, we'll be talking about it a lot more. So trying to organize that and get some cool tables for that too. So lots of opportunities this upcoming year to hang out and get some cool new stuff and meet everybody. Because Tampa was so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The best time.
Sonarticom was saying that all he has to do is just drive up the South Lakeshore Drive, and then hit McCormick Place.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Must be close by.
It's gonna be awesome. Let's see what people are saying.
They're all talking about Denny's versus Waffle House. So Andrew Beeman says, so what happened to the Vegas meetup? Wasn't there one scheduled for around the same time? I'm not sure when the Vegas convention is. Do you know?
Yeah. So for some reason, the organizer has not announced the dates yet. The interesting thing is, though, that last year's date, this is what I heard, last year's date is the same date next year of C2E2. So what they'll probably do is not have it on the same weekend.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, hopefully it wouldn't happen. That would blow, but it should happen. I mean, most likely it'll be within 2 weeks,
is the
which
Vegas
is annoying too.
Con at the convention center, or is it at one of the strip hotels?
No, I think it's at the convention center.
Okay.
Yeah,
because that's going to be interesting. Because
Citizen Roan says Vegas is the one I'd be interested in.
There's so much stuff happening in Vegas that I feel like there's going to be a lot of splinter groups of people breaking off, and you're not going to have like that cohesive everybody chilling out.
Well, definitely we'll have to do like a thing that Graham did with his. This is the night we're all going to hang out and do whatever together.
Unless you're
like a meetup thing,
addicted to gambling,
right? Like Bancroft won't be there.
Somebody, right? He's going to go off and gamble away his mortgage. The good thing about that, though, is that he'll be out of the country within a couple of days. So when they come to break his knees, they're not going to be able to find him.
Yeah, that's true. You can take those big loans out and then skip town. So Vegas thing is still on. Just talked to everybody in Creative Block. Camel Moon 2, we were talking about it last night. Everybody's super excited about it. And so that I think that's going to be really cool too, because there's going to be a lot more dense population of creators there too. Which is awesome.
We'll get to see Maromi freak out about checks being late at the restaurant.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. Maromi, what's up, Maromi? There he is. If you stay on the strip, there are tunnels and moon rail. Moon rails. I haven't been to Vegas in a while. To move everyone around until 2 a.m. Then the Lyft and Uber to after hours. It's fine. Yeah.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying that there's so much going on that people are going to want to go to the strip clubs, and other people are going to want to go see shows, and other people are going to want
David Copperfield.
Gamble.
They're going to want me because what I'm going to be doing is filming a new series, which is Phil's Street Magic, and then I'm going to be doing street magic to people on the strip,
right?
And then try to get them to buy comics through that.
Yeah, I was going to do this thing where I get all of these chips, and then I was going to be like, I got to cash these out really quick. Hurry. I'll give you like 10 cents on the dollar for them.
Right.
Yeah. And see how much money I could get doing that.
That sounds like an Unsolved Mysteries episode. We do have a super chat here from Nail Bunny for $5. What's up? Nail Bunny says, how will you be funding your Ferrari rentals and whores, sorry, for the convention? Anything we should buy? No.
Have you parking? Right. When we were in Vegas the first and second time, I was young. I had my Challenger, and I kept just being like, man, I wish I had my car here. I could drive. Dude, the traffic sucks.
In Vegas,
down the strip.
Right.
And then you have to park, and some of the parking's free, right? But your car is just sitting in a parking lot, right? So what would be cool and what can be done is there's two really badass things in Vegas that you could do. And one of them is going to the racetrack and driving the exotic cars on the racetrack, which I think would be awesome for a group of us to go do. That would be super cool.
Right.
And then the other thing is you go out into the desert and shoot machine guns at stuff. And that would be awesome also, right?
I know Graham's going to want to do that. I think Bancroft said he wanted to do that years ago, or maybe like 3 years ago when Leroy was around. They were planning of just Vegas buddy fan meetup. And that's what they wanted to go do. And Bancroft was going to come out, but then the whole lockdown thing happened.
There's also, if I'm not mistaken, it might be near Vegas. It might be somewhere else. There's a place where you can go and drive tanks Yeah, and it's like
That'd be
kind of like
crazy.
one of those dirt bike tracks where it's like hills and stuff you have to drive over, and you could drive around tanks.
Yeah, probably out of pocket, for that stuff.
Michael Dici says the strip is tore up now for the big race event coming. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again next year. They did that here in Chicago, and then it rained, and then they didn't even drive. So,
Well, I do owe you a bonk here. So
yeah, the tanks would be cool, right? I would do the racetrack thing would be awesome, but like you don't need a car in Las Vegas when you're on vacation, especially if you're on the strip, you don't need a car because you're just walking from place to place.
Yeah,
everywhere.
definitely. Yeah, leave your cars at home.
But bring shoes, don't bring flip-flops like a certain idiot.
Who did that?
Some stupid girl. And her feet were bleeding because she's retarded. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Nick and his sandals.
No, I am not. But that was also a dumb idea.
Yeah. You either bring cowboy boots or sandals and then shorts.
For Vegas?
That's what Nick brought to
It's
Tampa.
a dry heat. It's a dry heat, so it's okay. Snarticom says the only souvenir the Diaz boys will bring from Vegas is venereal. That stays in Vegas. Haven't you seen these commercials?
Yeah,
you don't get to take that home with you. That stays in the city.
It's very well known that it stays there.
Yeah.
Dude, Graham wears sandals. You don't want to call him an idiot. No, I didn't
As
call
long
him
as flip-flops or
I just don't want to see him, right?
I mean, look,
High
you
level.
could wear them. Don't complain.
Yeah,
if you
that's true.
complain, then it's a problem.
Barefoot. Most Vegas places have dress codes for shoes.
Yeah. One time, Will and I didn't get to go into this club because we didn't have dress shoes on, even though we were dressed in like button-up shirts, long sleeve, like dress shirts and dress pants and stuff.
Right.
We didn't bring dress shoes, and they were like, "Nope, you cannot come in here. No. Terminating.
Yeah, I'm super. So also another thing we want to do is I've been working on a side project, new IP thing that I'm doing an ash can for, and the ash can's done. I just have to letter it now, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
we're just waiting on National Lampoons to sign over the license.
Yeah, I need the license first to put this ash can out. So I'm really banking on getting the license before Vegas. No, so that will be probably a first appearance of this ash can in Vegas, and we'll also sell it online for people that cannot make it. So that's gonna be fun.
Michael Dici says, stay in old Vegas on Fremont, cheaper rooms and gambling, and the strip has gotten a lot expensive as hell. Yeah, I've never been to old Vegas.
I think we walked it, no?
Oh, I didn't go. I think you went to Evo once without me.
Yeah.
Did you?
Mhm.
Okay, so maybe you guys went when I
Maybe
didn't
we
go.
didn't. I don't-
But yeah, I didn't go there. But that's where all like the townies live, and like the burned out like old ladies that are like, "Hey boy, why don't you come over here?
Maybe I
Hang out
didn't.
and show you a
I was
good
thinking
time,"
the
with their
first time
cigarettes
we
and stuff.
went and we just walked in front of this like abandoned like parking lot.
Yeah,
like
we
gravel
were on our
lots.
way to Ellis Island. Jeremiah wanted to go. He's like, "That's the restaurant."
Yeah, Ellis
And
Island.
we went there, and it was all geriatrics
Yeah.
in this place. Dude, the food was so good though.
I don't
No.
even
We
remember.
didn't eat there because the waiting time was so long.
Yeah.
Later on, the girlfriend and I went there when it was just her and I. We went there. The food was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it was ribs and corn on the
It
cob.
was so far off the strip. We walked there.
The plate was like 2 feet wide. It
It
was so
it
good.
reminded me of like Matson's Steakhouse.
Yeah, it was very much in
Matson's.
that realm.
Quality meth and a good breakfast place. Howl Comics, you should come out to Vegas.
Yeah.
Why don't you come out, huh?
Come to one of these
Table with us.
and you could hang out.
I'd love Dan Dahl to come out too. Maybe he'll come to like C2E2 or something.
Moromi says it's pretty far from the con. Yeah, I think you could walk to the convention center from the strip, or
I
it's
would
close
imagine,
enough,
hopefully.
because it's like right by the mall, if I'm not mistaken. As long as you don't mind walking past a couple of gravel parking lots with shady people hanging out in them.
Yeah, we're just waiting for them to announce the actual
He says
dates.
4 hours away.
What's 4 hours away?
Hall Comics.
Awesome. Then freaking come to Vegas, dude. That close?
Trump Hotel's $800 a night. You don't have to stay at the Trump Hotel, okay? There's other places you could stay at the Wynn, okay?
Yeah, did they still have the Flamingo?
Yeah, probably. I think that's the
only
that's the
original?
only original one left.
I feel like it may have closed down.
Dude, that would suck because that's the one I used to stay at. When the girlfriend and I went there, we stood at this place. What was it called? It's not called it anymore, but they had just rebranded to some like single word, and it was real short and supposed to be hip, but they had the new rooms and then they had the old rooms, and like the logo was like a Chinese fan, like a fan for blowing it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the old rooms were like real worn out and super old and like brown, like from the early 80s.
Yeah.
And it was like $60 a night or something to stay there on the strip. It was next to the Flamingo. And then they were renovating the whole thing. And then once they did the whole place, it rebranded again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was the Quad, I think it was called.
Let's go to the Quad.
Maromi says Flamingo's still there.
Hey.
Trump Jr. Hotel might be cheaper. Always look at that one. Yeah, check that one out. It's the lesser known one. It's just off the strip a little bit. Still is good, but off the strip. Ellis Island is just back behind the strip. Good cheap food. Yeah, dude, that's where we went. Big rib, full slab, corn on the cob, probably mashed potatoes. I don't know.
We'll have to go. I've never done one of those buffets. They're like, do the buffet, man. You get the Vegas buffets.
It's all seed oils, guys. Just to let you know.
That's true.
You think you're getting a good deal, but what you're actually doing is you're poisoning yourself and you're slowing your metabolism down and you're destroying your mitochondria.
There you go. Right. So that's the convention talk. As time passes, more information will come out because we'll know things and we'll plan things. So Brandon's going to go take a bio break right now for Brandon. But let me know, guys, which convention are you guys interested in? I know there's going to be a bunch of creators in Vegas. I'm going to be at C2E2. It seems like the big guys, John and company, are trying to get into C2E2, which would be really cool. So yeah, what do you guys think? I'm going to check the poll right now, too. We got Nefarious in the chat. What's up, Nefarious? Mummer doesn't have memes. Dude, it's not about memes. It's about life. I'd love to go to Chicago, but Vegas seems much more feasible. Yeah, I hear you there, buddy. But, I mean, we're definitely going to be at both in some capacity. Hopefully, I mean, if they're not on the same weekend, ideally. I wish they were kind of, even though Vegas has not announced it, I wish they were kind of more separated, huh? Monthly wise, you know? And C2E2 is just huge. I think there's a kind of it's very almost too high profile, I think. But if it works out, it'd be cool. Vegas is cheaper flights. Did the Caps? Oh, Shanny's in the chat. Hey, there's Shanny. What's up, Shanny? Throwing out those ducks. I'd say at the Flamingo. The Flamingo is cool. It's the only place I've stayed at. Very, very cool. Really liked it. We're at C2E2 also, Phil. Dude, that's sick. Do you guys, hit me up. See if you guys have what kind of booth you guys got. We're going to have to hang, of course. Yeah, so also, I didn't even talk about this. If people come to C2E2 and it all works out, I would love to do a get-together at the arcade. It's 20 minutes from the convention. We're open till 2 a.m., which is sweet. So people could come out to the arcade and hang out. definitely have to do that if people come out.
Even if we plan it well enough, we could have the front of the offices cleaned, and then that could be like
an
just
actual
hangout place with some snacks and drinks and stuff like that, like we do for conventions.
Yeah, that would be super sick. We got Shani gifted 10. Oh, look, we could pull them up now. We don't even need YouTube open in the separate browser. Shani gifted 10 Zaid Comics memberships.
Can you see who got them?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so there you
go.
But,
oh, yeah, read it out.
Right, so
that's insane. Thank you, Shani.
Ali Munez got one. Awesome one. Michael Beachy. Grey Wolf Graphics, a.k.a. WD Smith.
My boy.
Snarticom. Oh, no. Snarticom DM is just interrupting the gift flow here.
Thanks,
all right.
Snark.
You screwed up
Snarky.
the whole thing. Nail Bunny picked one up. Reese picked one up. Robert H. My beautiful dark twisted faggotry picked one up. And McGregorable J.
Hey.
And
thank you.
The last one.
God damn, Shani. Thank you so much. For those that people are in the chat, throw out those duck emojis for Shani. Thank you so much. So we could definitely do a meetup thing. I super chatted them and said if they needed any help with anything, let us know. So,
oh, look, awesome one using that simp. Who with the simp there?
I appreciate the simp emojis.
Simp.
Yeah, so that would be cool. Nefarious from Global Frequency Studios says he's coming to C2E2.
To hang out, or is he?
No, it seems like he's got a table or something.
Oh, nice.
We'll have to talk behind the scenes.
All right,
our boy.
All right.
So yes, that's gonna be cool. All right. Do you want to show your thing off, or should we do death?
Well, we could show this off first.
Oh yeah, and there's other con news too.
What kind of con news do you have here?
All
Are
right.
we gonna do the con news first?
Yeah, we'll do con news first.
All right.
It's quick. So quick con news. It is. Was it New York Comic Con is this weekend. Lots of crazy announcements. I'm sure you guys have seen. And before we get to that, Reese gifted 5 Zaid Comics memberships.
Ironline, Ghost House, Zachary, Sulcuriat Yoni,
Jesus,
Hyper Wizard,
my boy.
Jesus,
thank you, Reese, for the awesome gifts. And I guess we could play this.
Because she got a great ass, and you got your head all the way up it.
Thank you, Reese, so much.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
Shani with the $50 super chats. Need positive vibes for the Caps right now. Some sort of sports team.
Yeah,
I think. Y'all, they're a point behind, and I'm panicking.
How much money do you have riding on this game?
Yeah, that's true. Have you placed a bet on this game?
Is it like get out of the country money? Like you need to, you're going to owe so much money you have to leave the country? Or is it like
the loan sharks?
Yeah. What are we talking here?
Well, I don't know if there's like a baseball cap you could put in the chat for good vibes for the Caps, or a captain's hat.
I'm sure there's a captain's hat specifically.
Or a captain. But
I'm
my
assuming
God,
it's the Capital City Caps.
Capital City. What do they call them? The Capital City Hoo-Ha's?
Well, the mascot was the Capital City Goofball.
Yeah, the Capital City Goofball.
Yeah.
Is great. DC Washington Capitals hockey. Learn your sports, nerds. Oh my God. Well, thank you for the super chat, Shani. Here is a beautiful bonk for a beautiful super chat. Woo! All right, what were we talking about? Oh,
you're gonna do some con news.
So yeah, this is big news here. Jeff Johns comic book writing powerhouse.
Johns.
And he was a big at DC Entertainment, heading a lot of their multimedia stuff, like Stargirl, a lot of their DC Universe shows that were once on that streaming network that aren't there anymore. DC officially done with Jeff Johns as it announces that it cuts ties with Jeff Johns. DC has officially parted ways with Jeff Johns. Shocking. But I knew this before, not this part, but I knew the part I'm about to pull up here. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
What's up with his head? What are those lines on his head?
That's his skull.
Does he have a plate in his head?
No, it's like his skull. Didn't you know the leader?
Yeah, it's weird. Scroll down a little bit. He also has a giant chin.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't pick at Jeff Johns.
I guess.
This guy's a legend.
Let's see here. Shanny gifted more memberships in the chat. Yeah, so go over here and scroll up so I can see where it begins.
It
begins. He gifted 10 Zayd Comics memberships
my God.
here. We got Maddock, Squibs, Hellboy Hendrix,
Great
Mega
name.
Man MG, Ruby Jade 90, Slacker, Time Scale,
God.
Squishy Snake, Suda Charum.
Who are these people?
Suda Charum, Norn Red. Picked one up.
That's it. And
Is that it? I feel like that wasn't 10.
Yeah, maybe there's no more people live.
No, I guess that was all of them.
Another $50 super chat from Shanny. Also haven't been annoying. I haven't been annoying with you guys lately when it comes to duck floods. So she gives people all of the ducks. Fill the ducks. Fill the chat with the ducks, everybody. Here we go. Shanny keeping the lights on at the Diaz Corporation. That's right. Thank you so much, Shanny. Frick.
Yeah, our biggest fans, the silent fans in the chat.
That's right.
They're now members here.
Now you're all members. Use those emojis wisely.
I think Snarticom asked if I would say that he's a reptilian or an AI generated person. I mean, that skull thing is kind of
Jeff Johns?
It's kind of reptilian. He doesn't have the reptilian eyes, though.
Well,
It
he's a
just looks
damn
like he has
good
a metal
writer,
plate in his head.
is what he is. So he's left to go and start his own company here, which is freaking awesome. Jeff Johns, Brad Meltzer, and an all-star collection of comic superstars are launching a new creator-owned company called Ghost Machine. Ghost Machine. Let's see. See what this looks like. CBR. No, don't want
Left.
your.
No, go down.
Where do I
and
go?
It's this.
This one?
Yep.
All right. Cool, sick art. And I'm super excited to see Geiger, which is his creator-owned character that he did through Ghost Cave or something like that, which was his imprint at Image Comics. So now they're doing Ghost Machine, which is bringing even more creators in. Brian Hitch, Gary Frank, who is awesome. You did Geiger. Jason Fabok, one of my favorite DC artists. Lamont Maggie, Francis Manipul, Peter Tomasi, who I met a few months ago at Motor City Comic Con. Do a little chat. And Maytal Zhut. All founding members of the Ghost Machine will be exclusive to this new company after completing any current committed projects at other companies. So it's a company, which is interesting, but it has the Image logo on this ash can. They did like a Ghost Machine ash can.
Oh, well, it's an Image just publishing it then, right?
Yeah, I guess so. So Image would be the publisher. This would be like the creative company. So I guess it would be like if we publish something through Image, but we're still Zayd Comics.
Yeah.
Which is, that makes sense.
Possible.
That's cool. Yeah.
Well, didn't they have this with like Wildstorm and all that, right?
Yeah, well, this reminds me of is like when Image first started, their first issues were printed and distributed by Malibu Comics before they like got money to actually start their publishing company as Image.
Yeah,
kind of partnered
that
with
helps
them.
do the distribution is important. Back then, the distribution was everything,
right?
So they needed to do that.
Yeah, people are saying like Top Cow. Yeah, like Top Cow Image is their publisher. Yeah, so but I'm just wondering if they're planning on breaking away and doing their own publishing. I guess it's probably smarter just to do it under Image the whole way and have Ghost Machine still be their like kind of company and creative entity.
And then you're going to also have a comic book series called Ghost Machine. And
I think they should. I don't think they are though.
What's that top thing?
I think this is their ash can that they're handing
they're
out.
Like introducing some characters, kind of like Myth of the Lost pages.
Maybe, yeah. So it says in Ghost Machine 1, we will discover 4 distinctive shared universes that will make up the world of Ghost Machine. So, okay, it's like the Lost pages, I guess, which is very cool.
Oh,
yeah. Thanks,
where they
Jeff.
got that idea.
God. The first shared universe will be the Unnamed, which will continue the adventures of John's and Frank's previous creations, which is Geiger and Junkyard Joe from the Geiger universe. Pretty cool. And they'll be receiving new titles eventually. New characters like Redcoat, which I don't think Redcoat came out. It's connected to Geiger as well. He's like this ageless soldier, basically, from the Civil War or Revolutionary War. Yeah, kind of like Doc Savage, if I remember. Brian Hitch, though, nice. And then this is what looks cool.
Rook,
dude.
You know what the weird thing is?
Huh?
So I was walking somewhere, and then I was thinking about how like Castillo from Miami Vice, his name is Castillo,
right?
You know, and like his character is supposed to kind of be like that really hardened. You know, he's got the walls up and stuff, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool, you know, because of like castle and stuff. And then I was thinking like a character named Rook. I'm like, oh, that would be something else you could do, in that same vein of like that character style. And then literally like hours later, you posted that in the Hardline group, and I was like, what the hell?
That's funny. Yeah, I mean that's a manifestation. So yeah, here's Jason Fabok, who's incredible artist, doing a new book with Jeff Johns called Rook Exodus. It looks very kind of Mad Max meets cyberpunky.
Yeah, forget this.
Techno.
We have this super chat over
What is
here.
this? Super chat. Shanny with $100. Final one, but before I gotta dip back out to get back to this meeting. I guess she's in a meeting. Love and miss y'all, heart and many ducks. Insane, Shanny.
Awesome. We appreciate it. That's
Appreciate
awesome.
it. You're the best. Thank you so much. And for all your help as well. And all the support.
Of course.
Thank you guys. Give Shanny those ducks back, everybody. Here's another duck. Shanny getting the MVP of tonight here. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Henry Bemis says, all I know is evidently Shanny makes a lot of money. Yeah, there's some big earners out there. You know, you get on the grind.
It's the hustle.
That's right.
But I think this looks awesome. I don't know what the hell it's about, but it's pretty cool. It reminds me of like Deus Ex Machina, the video game, mixed with Mad Max for some reason.
Not the idea.
Right, not the idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the con news. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, quickly running through because we're kind of running out of time here. Tom Hardy teams up with Scott Snyder to do a new comic.
I thought this was death the other week. I was like, what?
No, Tom Hardy's dead. No, he's doing a comic with Scott Snyder called Arcbound. So just the newest celebrity to team up with a comic creator to make a comic that will I don't know if it'll be crowdfunded. Haven't looked into it. Someone look into that. And then here's a kind of tooting his own horn. Scott Snyder having someone take a picture of his phone while he talks to Tom Hardy.
Boomer move. Boomer move.
He could have just screenshotted it.
Could have.
And it would have been less awkward.
He wanted to show off his extremely short thumbnail.
Yeah, what's up with that? Jeez, there's Scott Snyder. So that's going on there.
I thought it was Scott Steiner.
It's not Scott Steiner. Did you imagine?
Damn it.
Dude, Tom Hardy plays Scott Steiner in a movie.
He's the guy. We got to get Big Papa Pump on the Zaid Comics payroll over here, man.
Yeah.
We'll get him writing some comics.
Yeah, we'll do
Big Bad Booty Daddy.
Scott Steiner. Yeah, the Genetic Freak comic book.
Triple BD.
Could be called the Genetic Freak. How cool would that be? That's not normal. All right, and now we have death of the week before we cut out here.
It's time for the death of the week.
All right. Death of the week is a big one for the comic industry. A comic book great. The Mr. Keith Giffen has passed after complications after a stroke in his 70s. Of course, he was amazing writer, artist, and creator of Lobo. The best Lobo stories coming out of this guy. Of course, he created the character when he looked like a weirdo in Omega Man 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he made him look more like a biker guy when he was in Justice League International, and then teamed with Bisley and Alan Grant to write the legendary books that made the character what he is today. Creator of Ambush Bug, I believe, who appeared. Yeah,
huge.
Ambush Bug, who was the who appeared in Lobo Unbound.
Did he do Dr. Fate?
He did something. People were posting Dr. Fate stuff. I don't think he was a Dr.Ate creator, but Dr. Fate was in a lot of Justice League International stuff. Here's some of his art and how his art evolved from the 80s to the 90s when he was doing this Trencher style. So he created a character at Image Comics called Trencher, where he would do this crazy scribbly style with no rendering, and became his iconic style. He did one Lobo series in this style called Infanticide, where all of Lobo's children hunt him down, and super cool, very graphic, inspired so many artists and creators.
Did this ever get colored?
Yeah, so this is Shadowhawk. He did a couple issues of Shadowhawk and Trencher.
These remind me of those drawings that you've seen where they don't lift the pen off the paper. They just start and then it draws.
All connected.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah. So super crazy. Like Shadowhawk.
Awesome. One says he has one issue of Trencher. Well, he says Trenchman. And then he says Trencher.
He also created a Lobo for Marvel called Lunatic, who's just Lobo, but it's in his Trencher style. Let me see if I could find it. Giffen, which I have the issues to. And
Snarticom is asking. Well, he says that he doesn't remember what day it is in California because we didn't remind them.
I'll have to remind you. Yeah, give me a second here. Lunatic, pretty cool character. He's just like Trencher and Lobo, though, but for Marvel.
Yeah, but he's blonde.
So he was super humorous. His comics were totally funny and bombastic, over the top, and inspired amazing artists like this guy, Donald DeLay, who did a little homage to him, Trencher there. And if you read Brutus the Badass, it's so inspired by Alan Grant and Keith Giffen's storytelling style. They're Looney Tunes-esque humor and action. So shout outs to him in his memory. Very, very cool guy. Wish I got to meet him.
Snarticom says SJWs would cry about a name like lunatic nowadays. Yeah, because they're like zodiac religions and it involves the lunar cycles and you're making fun of my religion.
Maybe. Yeah, oh, and check this out. How Comics.
Saw this. This is so awesome.
So they did Drawn and Quartered fan edition yesterday, and I think it was werewolves. So he did Danny DeVito werewolf with Lobo. It was an homage to Keith Giffen.
Also, you're talking about the simulation running out of RAM here. When this was happening, I think this was the next day. I had watched Matilda the night before.
Right. Famously directed by Danny DeVito.
And starring
That's
Danny
right.
DeVito.
Starring Danny DeVito.
His breakout role.
So let's get some F's in the chat for Keith Giffen.
How dare you mock the mentally ill?
Also notable deaths. I don't know if this guy died, but this guy was climbing a building in downtown Chicago.
Did he die?
No, I don't know. It seems pretty dangerous,
Yeah, I was saying, they always have a problem when they arrest these guys. I was saying, why not build the buildings unscalable?
It takes too much.
Yeah.
Too much engineering.
The
engineering is off the chain.
Yeah.
All right, before we go, we got another cool thing to show off.
Yeah.
You guys know that we put out the Crimstone statue, which you can get on the Lost Pages 3 campaign, sculpted by our boy, Mr. Melo Hernandez. And you can see this is the scale you guys will be getting in it. So check this out on the campaign. If you guys have not grabbed one of these, you could still do so in the updates or with any of the books as an add-on. Going to be super cool. So Brandon has had some other things sculpted in the past by Hernandez.
Yeah.
And now he's
on the website. There's the famous ass on the glass shower girl.
Ass on the glass.
Figure comes with the plexiglass and then the little base. You could put it together and paint it and stuff like that. And then so the next one I wanted to do, was pretty happy and proud of the character designs for these. So I had done the Egyptian. This is Thoth. This is the first one we did. So I'll have Phil put it on the closer camera.
But if I drop
hold it by the bottom.
What if I drop it?
You wouldn't believe the amount of ridiculousness it was gluing this thing together earlier.
It's
with
not going to wobble and break off.
The cyanoacrylate. It should be fine.
What that means? Look at this.
Yeah, so this is the 3D printed, obviously unpainted version of this right now.
It looks like stone like this. It looks cool.
Yeah, I might just spray this down with like some stone looking one and then just have it and then do so like cool. The like a sandstone colored one, like that. And then I'll do the full painted one like the drawing that I have. Will she have green skin? No, it's
she's not a mummy.
Yeah, she's not a mummy yet. So this one is done right now. And then he's going to be working on the Anubis drawing that I did. He's going to start that Anubis one pretty soon. So he's going to do that. I'm going to have both of these up. And I think this would be awesome as like bookends or something.
Yeah, that'd be
and the scale of them is awesome. So pretty happy with how that turned out and put it up on the shop pretty soon. If you guys are interested in like figures and stuff, that will be available.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Here's to show you comparison between the two. Really cool. So getting awesome detailing on these print jobs. And you guys probably can't see, but in the book, maybe you can. It has the hourglass or whatever she's holding, right?
Yeah, it's just the tablet.
Little Easter egg there for you.
Yeah,
tablet.
They wanted you to think they were using stone tablets. They were using iPads.
Ahead of their time there. So that's a little side project thing we've been working on as well. And
she puts the hot in Thoth. Snarticom says you can't spell Thoth without thought.
Yeah, so stuff like that, we want to expand more and do more of our characters when we open up more crowdfunding campaigns and stuff like that. So super fun.
Awesome one says, she make a good pizza with that pan? It's more of a spoon. It's a big spoon that she has.
It's like an oar, maybe?
Oh, look, it's a big spoon.
I guess so, yeah.
It's concave.
Yeah, I could see that.
It was specifically requested.
Let's see if Bancroft's still on. Does anybody know if Bancroft's still on?
He already ended.
Is that true?
I don't. How am I supposed to know?
Well, maybe someone.
I'm streaming right now.
We'll send you someplace. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you for being here, hanging out, sending super chats, and voting. We got to do this poll, Brandon.
Oh yeah, close the poll down.
I'm closing
here.
the poll down.
Ooh, look at that. That's good. That's what I like to see.
All right, what's the poll at?
So it was some large percentage Mumra versus some smaller percentage Skeletor. 64% Mumra to 35% Skeletor. 37 votes. Thank you. Yeah. I sided with Mumra also. Skeletor just a little too wimpy for me. Mumra obviously hits the gym.
Yeah,
obviously a big protein guy.
I would side for Mumra as well. Look, there's multiple people streaming.
Yeah, and nobody has their page set up.
Right. So Bancroft already ended. Nobody has their page set up so I could raid them. Let's see. Hallie's not streaming yet. Oh, here we go. Live. Yeah, these are all music channels. Does anybody know how to YouTube? Oh, here we go. Ethan. I'll send you guys to Ethan. That's the only person I could send you to. Ethan's
Awesome One accidentally voted Mumra. That's fine. So we'll knock it down to 62% Mumra, 37% Skeletor. That's all right. Brandon is on the right side of history. That's right.
With Mumra?
History goes to the victors.
All right, we're going to go get some food. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. You guys have a great weekend. And I'm going to a tournament tomorrow. Wish me luck. Mortal Kombat.
Moko.
And
you think they're going to have, what's his name unlocked?
Yeah, they better have Havoc unlocked.
Havoc.
So wish me luck, and we'll see you guys next week. Check out the links below if you guys want some cool comics. You guys know the drill. And we're sending you over to
Shelby's on.
Shelby's on, but I can't raid into him. So either go on your own accord.
Watch Ethan, go to Shelby.
Yeah, go to Shelby's if you want.
Or Pete Samedi's live also.
Or go to Pete's. I can't raid into him. Or stay tuned for Ethan's. But if you go over to Ethan's, tell him we sent you and shout out the Zayd raid. All right? I'm counting on all of you. So see you guys later.
See ya.
Great job.
Today is fine day in California. Huh? True.